Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Dr. Fernando Bargo. He is the Senior Manager of Business Development and Innovation at BioZyme. Thanks for being with us today, Fernando.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Very good. And Fernando and I are in IPPE 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia today, and we're going to talk a little bit about BioZyme. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, BioZyme is a company based in St. Joseph, Missouri, close to Kansas City. We are experts and we focus on fermentation of Aspergillus oryzae. Aspergillus oryzae is our biofactory, and by fermenting Aspergillus oryzae, we produce our line of additives, which is called AO-Biotics. Basically, what we do is we produce prebiotics and postbiotics.
Okay. Go ahead.
We have, out of the US, we are almost in 40 countries, including Canada, Mexico, most of the Latin American countries, most of the European countries, and several countries in Asia. I personally take care of the business for Canada, Mexico, and Latin America, and also Asia. In Asia, we have a strong presence in China, Japan, South Korea, India, and Thailand.
Very good. And let's talk specifically about the product you mentioned, AO-Biotics. Tell us a little bit about that product specifically.
Like I say, AO-Biotics is our line of additives. We have currently two products. A prebiotic, which is food of substrate for the macrobiota. That product is called Amaferm. It's been in the market for more than 4 decades, and it's focusing for ruminants, both dairy and beef, focusing on the fiber utilization and nitrogen efficiency use. So when we include Amaferm in the diet, that allow us to save feed costs because we are able to feed more fiber and utilize much better the nitrogen in the diets of either beef or dairy cattle. 2 years ago, we launched a product for poultry. This product focuses on laying hens. It's within the category of postbiotics, a brand new category. The mode of action of a postbiotic focus on immunology, and when you add only 50 grams per ton of AO-Biotics EQE, which means egg quality enhancer in the diet of laying hens, and if you do that 3-4 weeks pre-laying, it builds up the immunology of the hen, and it will result in more egg production. It will result in better egg quality in terms of size and shell strength. And after weeks 65, 70, when the egg production starts reducing and the mortality starts increasing, it will reduce mortality of those hens. So we are pretty excited about this new product. We have results from more than 500,000 hens in more than 8 countries. Some countries in Europe, some countries in Latin America. So we are growing and quite excited about it.
Yeah. You're a very global company. I have one additional question. When we think about prebiotics versus probiotics, right? What is, or postbiotics, right? You mentioned postbiotics. What's the difference, right?
Well, basically the mode of action is different. So probiotics is a very common technology being used. When you decide to use a probiotic, you decide to put a live microorganism in a macrobiota in the gut of an animal, and on doing that, it will have a better, say, performance. But when you do use the strategy of pre or postbiotics, you choose to put something that has no live cells. There is no enzymatic activity. There is nothing live there, and basically it acts as food or substrate for the macrobiota. Not every macrobiota, but the energy harvesting macrobiota. So it's a completely different strategy. One of the key advantages of pre and postbiotics, they are much more stable. You can use it in pelleted feed. They resist heat treatment and moisture, much more stable, and in terms of performance, it's much less diet independent. Regardless of the diet you're feeding, or if you have variations in the diet, it will work. It will deliver what it does. In the case of AmaFerm, better fiber utilization, better nitrogen efficiency. In the case of EQE, more egg production.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for that explanation, because there's a lot of different terms that are out there now, and even in human health, right? We see some of these things, and it's not always clear exactly what they are. So we really appreciate that.
No, thank you, and definitely there is a lot of options, but it's, at the same time there are few options like us that has a lot of science behind.
Right.
I think it's very important for the customer to demand that we, the suppliers of additives like prebiotics and postbiotics, we can prove the mode of action. Once you know the mode of action, or when the mode of action is very well established, then it makes sense to use it to make out of something in terms of performance and economic results.
Right, and producers need to say, show me the data, right?
Exactly. I mean, the first screen in this technology of additives should be the science behind. We are very proud about how much science we have. We are very proud about how much money we invest in research. We keep doing that, and we will keep doing that because it will give the customers the peace of mind that the product will work, the product will respond in a very consistent manner.
Right, and it's about that return on investment, right? I mean, because producers, it's down to the hundredth of the penny, right, when it comes to poultry, right?
Exactly. At the end of the day, producers, they do care about animal welfare. They do care about animal health, but animal welfare and animal health will mean more economic results. So there has to be a return over investment. Our products has at least 5-to-1 return over investment. Our products allows the nutritionists and the consultants to do a better job in terms of formulating and utilizing better the nutrients. And the nutrients, some of them are very expensive, like nitrogen, like protein. So we need to be very efficient in terms of making money out of those nutrients.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Fernando.
Thank you. Pleasure. It's a pleasure for me.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry Site.